Beautiful scenery.
Yeah. Are you looking at me?
Beautiful. What were we here for?
Oh yeah, we were gonna make a video.
Let's talk about indulgence. We're referring specifically to anything that causes a dopamine spike. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, like it could be Netflix. It could be your wine. That's my thing.
It could be caffeine.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, there's a wind gust. It could be that food that you always turn to, and you're like...
Your little treat, your little indulgence that you know you don't really want to have it, but every once in a while you're just like, it's your, I don't know, your guilty pleasure.
We don't want to use the word guilt.
Oh yeah.
In fact, what just came to my mind is, like, let's not make this about guilt, shame, regret, remorse, anything like that. Could be...
Because I don't want to feel bad about having my wine every once in a while,
Sure.
or when I want to indulge, but yeah, like we need to make sure that there's no, we don't want to have any shame or guilt, because it's never going to help you. Like you're not going to overcome these things if you're trying to beat it from the feeling of shame or guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
We learned that in our, in our journey, that shame and guilt and everything around that causes a tremendous amount of ongoing stress that accumulates.
And it makes it worse. Like it actually makes it harder.
Any kind of oppression, suppression causes obsession, and you just need to be aware of that. And so it's not about shame, it's not about guilt, but with our relationship around foods, can we remove foods from our diet entirely for a period of time so that as we reintroduce such foods, maybe our relationship to those foods is redefined and we have more control? And that would be, so if we're going to be genuine and authentic, there was a time when we left our religion where we drank a lot.
We were just a little excited.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way, though. In reality, we drank a lot for us.
Yeah.
We actually didn't drink a lot by a lot of people's standards.
Yeah, like I never got like drunk, but like the amount overall in one day when we did drink, I was like, that's kind of a lot.
For us.
Yeah.
So, like, again...
Like, I could drink a whole bottle of wine by myself.
Yeah.
But I would stretch it out over the course of, like, 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, see, did you say even the way that you have to, that you feel the need to rationalize...
Yeah, like, I promise I didn't just drink it all within an hour.
Just stop. Just cut it out.
I know.
Because, it doesn't matter. And nobody's judging you here. This is a very safe space. We're getting blown up here, guys. And then ER Shred came into our life, and when ER Shred came into our life, we were able to gain control of our relationship with the substance of alcohol, and as a result, we just stopped drinking much, and when we did drink, it was like 1 or 2 drinks, and that's all fine and dandy.
Which I could never do before. It was like, if I'm going to drink, I have to have at least 3 or 4 drinks. Like, that was always, like, where
So your tolerance.
Yeah, so tolerance. And, yeah, having 1 or 2 is totally enough. And I don't feel like I'm depriving myself at all. So that's why I think, like, the benefit of going without, because that's kind of what we did when we first did ER Shred. We went out without the alcohol for a while. And then we started to have a little bit, and then we realized, like, oh, I'm good with just 1 drink or 2 max. So that's the benefit that we noticed by eliminating it altogether for a period of time, and then when you come back to it, then it's like you can have less of it.
100%. Yeah. Same with sugar. Same with everything.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, let's be genuine and open and authentic and vulnerable here. So... we went on vacation, and vacation with 4 children is not vacation. And we didn't drink during the day, but in the evenings we did drink wine.
Glasses of wine every night.
And that was fine, and I don't have regret, and I don't have guilt, shame, or anything else around that. I really enjoyed that with Crystal, and I thought we had such a fun time. We indulged. We came home, and that's where you have to be aware. You got to practice some consciousness around, okay, have we kind of has our new normal become a little more lax than it was before? Does it really matter? Well, it matters in that, in how you feel.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So we just, Crystal, she was like, I think, we're drinking a little too much again. And I was like, well, my feeling was like, I just don't like the shame and the guilt around that. So, of course, naturally, like, instinctively, you resist that. Like, no, we don't drink much at all compared to other people. Truthfully, Crystal, like, I know people that drink, and I know people that drink a lot. And believe it or not, whenever you ask someone how much they drink, double it. Double it, and that's how much they actually...
We all feel that way. We all a little
drink.
Bit ashamed of our indulgences.
Yeah, even if it's not religious shame, it's just like people that drink a bottle of wine a night, they'll say they have a glass because they just don't want to be perceived as someone that's gluttonous and careless, and it just doesn't really matter. And I don't care if you drink a bottle of wine a night. I just don't care.
And I wanted to share my experience because I did go off coffee for like a month not too long ago, and then I wanted to have it again. But I did notice that because I was having like 2 cups a day. I'd have one in the morning, and then I'd have like a big one in the morning, and then a big one in the afternoon. And it was like every day I was doing that for a long time. And then when I decided to go off of it, I went off for like a month. And then now I'm down to 1 cup again.
Yeah,
so I feel proud of
and
that.
you're strict about that.
Yeah, and I was like doing just a half a cup. So I've gradually increased it a little bit, but now I was realizing, I'm having more than I wanted to. So now I'm gradually decreasing it. So you could even do it like that, where you don't have to eliminate it altogether. I mean, that's one option, but you could just gradually have a little bit less every day.
So it's really about thank you.
Yeah.
Because that's true.
We want this to be fun. We don't want it to be it's like we believe we can do hard things, but we can still make it fun. When you do hard things, it can still be fun to do hard things. Like Kathy and everybody who was doing that stair climb thing, like
awesome.
That they made it fun, even though it was really hard and challenging for them.
Go off your cocaine with us for 2 weeks. Please just suspend the cocaine. Some of you might want to go without sex for 2 weeks. I'm not going to. Like,
but you guys can. Like,
I'm not going to, for obvious reasons. But with that said, it's like, what, Crystal, here's where I want your coaching to step in around, Crystal's a life coach. She's done a tremendous amount of investment around all of that. What can we do when we have those stressful moments where we would generally turn to substances or practices that give us that, that relief, even that, that fix? What can we turn to instead?
Oh, yeah.
What
That's
can we
good.
turn
We need
to?
to have those options of things.
Jesse's going to have to go without exercise for 2 weeks. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
brother.
Jesse,
I don't have to because I don't love it that much.
It's
Like,
like a bird, like perched right on top of this. I
Oh.
just hear it.
Anyway, like, Jesse has to go without exercise for 2 weeks. Bob is not allowed to read for 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I did do that. That was a goal that I had between Christmas and New Year's. Like, I do have an addiction with books, and so your addiction could actually still be classified as good,
Nurturing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's not like, that's why we don't want to call it an addiction. But if you find yourself indulging in something that you feel like you're spending a little too much time on that, or
And it's robbing other areas of your life,
Yeah.
Creating imbalances.
exactly the
Cats?
imbalance. Cats, yes. Like, I was obsessed for
Was?
a little.
Wow.
I got over that obsession.
Really? But let's talk about it, because if Crystal is feeling like, I really could use a glass of wine, could she go and meditate with her cats instead?
Yes. Yeah.
And could it potentially have the same effect? So what are some of those things?
Yeah, definitely sitting in my catio with my cats, going down to the chickens, grounding, and for you, like yesterday, you spent like hours out here paddleboarding, and you just felt so good. And
Cold plunges.
didn't need alcohol, didn't need anything to feel that good. So you just have to identify those other things in your life that you could probably redirect. And
fitness.
Yeah, like maybe too much of
Limp work, movement, walking.
Grounding, just laying in the sun, hikes, reading if you're not,
Breathing practices.
Yeah, breathing. But yeah, I think the thing is going without, the dopamine, whatever is giving you that dopamine hit, that's what we want to, not that dopamine is bad, because dopamine is so good and healthy, but if you can go an extended period of time without those regular dopamine hits, then it's that much more enjoyable, and you don't need as much of whatever it is that you're doing to get the dopamine. You don't need as much of that to stimulate the dopamine.
100%. So I hope you guys can understand the place where we're coming from around this, because we just don't want ER shred in your life to ever feel like punishment, restriction. We can do hard things, and we are powerful, and we can live without all these things that we think are necessities. We don't have to, and we're probably not going to, but we can. Ask yourself questions, kind of practice consciousness, become aware of, why do I feel like I need that right now? What is causing that? Reverse engineer it, like go backwards, follow that breadcrumb trail all the way back. What is causing my stress? Can I go without this thing? Does this thing really help? Does it change anything? I think that this is where we actually start growing as people. This is the consciousness that's born, and the intuitive gift that is unearthed around ER shred is being able to start to comprehend why we do what we do, and is it really serving us?
Yeah. Well, I just like the empowerment around it. So it's like, if you even remove the goal of, I just really hope to eliminate this one thing from my life altogether. Like, if you remove that and just do this for the simple empowerment piece, like how good it makes you feel just to know that you can do ER shred, like you just feel good that you're like, yeah, I'm pretty powerful to go without carbs, or that I've cut out the sugar and all those things, that you just feel. It's not even it's not even always just about the results. It's the fact that you feel like, wow, I'm pretty powerful. I can go without these things that I felt like had such a hold on me. So yeah, I think the empowerment alone is just a fun goal, just to do something hard just so that you can feel powerful and strong.
Yes, we're powerful.
You are capable. I like that video. You are capable.
And we believe in you.
Yeah.